Hey guys, today I have a very interesting video for you guys because after this round I was called a camper by two people who I suspected were teamers. So I would really appreciate if you guys would watch the round and tell me what you guys think. Was I being a camper or was I being a victim? So let's get started. Okay, so I will begin by giving a little bit of context. So I joined this server and this was my very first round, and when I was in the lobby, I was looking around at the people, and two girls in particular stood out to me, and it was not really like anything specific, but I just kind of had a little gut feeling that maybe they were friends. And whenever people are friends, a lot of times they team. It's sad that I have to assume this, but if you play the Facility, you probably know about the teamers, and you know how a lot of people love to team, and it's not fun to play with teamers because they just make the game very unenjoyable, and they basically just cheat. So I like to keep an eye out for any people who could be teaming. Before I show you the round, I want to add that the Beast was one of the girls who I assumed was a friend. Okay guys, so at this point in the round, we're just hacking, and one person and myself have been caught so far until now there's another person caught. But both times the Beast, as soon as we saved, the Beast showed up. But once again, this could be explained since the person was just captured, so it kind of makes sense that the Beast was still in the area. But anyways, here we go. Another person got captured, and that's one of the girls who I thought was teaming with the Beast. I think it was just two of them. I was her and the Beast. And then we saved the other girl. Oh, I saved the other girl, and then I go save the other person. And then I see the Beast is still in the area, so I try to go the other way. But the Beast goes back to the girl, and I thought that was weird, but then I realized that someone has saved the girl, so that's probably why the Beast went back. But anyways, she keeps capturing people somehow, but of course I go to save, and at this point the exits are also open. I just realized. But anyways, the Beast sees me, so she starts chasing me, and then she uses her runner, so she hits me. At this point, the other girl freezes, and the only people left alive are me and the girl who I assumed was friends with the Beast. And she didn't save the other girl, so I'm just here waiting to get saved. I'm pretty sure I was hearing footsteps at this point. Since I'm recording, I can't really hear it. Oh, she does actually save me. So here the girl saves me. I get hit again. The girl leaves. The girl was just here. She could have gone around the area or something, but no, I just sit here and die. And once again, it could have just been that the Beast, and you see the Beast is still in the area, but I don't know, it could have just been a coincidence. But the girl did escape instead of saving me, and I feel like she could have at least tried, but whatever. That was that. I thought it was a little weird, but once again, it was just a small suspicion. I wasn't sure. Now it's time to show y'all what actually happened in the round where I was Beast. Okay, so now here is the round we've been waiting for. I'm finally Beast after I was just killed by the last Beast. And did you guys see how that Beast kept hitting me repeatedly after I was already frozen? Okay, it's giving a little shade, but okay, whatever. We're gonna get our revenge this round, of course. We're gonna get that girl. No shade. We're just playing the game, right? But anyways, for some reason they chose the spaceship map, and I don't really play this map a lot. I don't really know. It's pretty confusing to me. So that's why I chose the perk of Seer. Okay, so I used my Seer, so I'm kind of just walking around looking for people when I spot one of the friends. And I do want to add that after I left the game, I was nosy and I checked on the girls following, and they were in fact friends on Roblox. I'm pretty sure the ones who were friends were the ones that I thought were friends. So the one I just captured, and the other girl who was Beast last round. And as you can see, I put the girl in the tube and I completely leave the area because I see someone else right after I use Seer. So I noticed that the other girl got saved, and I noticed that the other person was going that way, but I didn't even try to chase them because, as you can see, I had hit the Beast from last round, and I'm just focusing on putting her on a tube. I was about to leave the area, as you can see, when I see someone coming to save. So, of course, I try to hit them. I thought I hit them, but I got it broken somehow. So I was a little how did I get it broken? I was so excited because I was I just hit two people. We're doing so good. The round just started. But anyways, I try to get this guy, and for some reason he's like really hard to get. But anyways, he goes through the vent, so I use my seer, and I don't hit him. I thought I did, but he kept trying to juke me, or he kept juking me actually. So I just keep following him, of course, and he wouldn't let me get him. Like, hello? I ended up losing him, so this is where I decided to use my seer, of course. And then I see someone, so I go to them, and of course it's the same guy I can never get because he's like so good for some reason. But anyways, I finally get him because why did he like, what was that? What was he trying to do? But anyways, I finally get him, and then I immediately start looking for a tube, of course. Luckily, there was one very close to me because, like I mentioned, I don't really know this map. I don't really know my way around it, and I don't know where the tubes are at. So as you can see, I was about to leave, but I saw someone. Let's do a replay. I even slowed it down so we can really see. I went to close the door, and I started leaving. Here you see a replay of when I see someone. So obviously, I went the other way because she was going the other way. I thought there was another way, but I noticed it was stairs. Like I mentioned, I don't know this map, so it kind of looks like I was like camping, but I wasn't. Like I just saw someone and I saw them go that way, so I went that way without realizing there wasn't like a way through the other way. But I also want to note the girl I saw wasn't calling me a camper. She didn't say nothing actually. It was the 3 other people, the guy and the 2 girls. But anyways, I hit him again. And I decided to take him to a different tube, obviously, because, like, everyone was there and I don't want that whole situation. But anyways, I leave and I start closing all the doors, as I always do when I'm beast. In this moment, I had used the seer perk, so I was looking around to see where the people were. That's when I noticed that one of the girls that called me a camper was saving the guy. So, of course, I hurried up back to the place and I ended up hitting her. And now I'm just dragging her ass to a tube, of course, what she deserves. Okay, so I finally found a tube, of course, so I go put her in when I see the other girl. Keep in mind, this is the girl who did not call me a camper. Anyways, I hit her. I go back up because I noticed there was a lot of tubes up there. So I put her in there, and then I hit the girl again. So I get the girl. And then I go towards the tubes, of course. And I feel like that might have seemed like camping because I put her in the tube, then I went down there, then I stayed down there, then I came back up when they saved her. But she literally could have seen that I saw the girl. And I started chasing her, and I hit her down there. And that's why I stayed down there, because I was chasing her and hitting her. But anyways, I hit the other guy. And then I saw the other girl come down here somewhere. So I was looking around. And then I used my seer when she like kind of runs into me. So then I saw that the other person was this way and the tube was this way as well. That's why I want to go put her in here. So I was like, I can put her in the tube and then I can look for the other person. So I saw them in there hacking, but then they disappeared. So I was just looking around to see where they could have gone. And I noticed that they like saved the other girl and they were just hacking. Like they weren't even saving the other guy. But anyways, they were all just hacking that computer. Like they really wanted the credits. So of course I hit one of them because it wouldn't leave the damn computer. Anyways, when I put her in there, I saw the other girl going to save the other guy, so I was gonna chase her, but I guess I changed my mind. I don't know what happened, but I was just trying to see where they went because like I used seer, obviously. That's what seer is used for, to see where people are. But I see someone this way, so of course I'm guessing they're coming to save the girl. So here's me coming because I saw someone. And then at this point, I'm guessing they're coming back to the same computer they keep coming back to. Like, they really want to finish this computer. But anyways, here's the girl that called me a camper, and that was Beast before. And here's me just chasing her, of course. And then she, like, locked herself in with me. So, of course, I hit her because I'm just that pro. And then I put her in this other tube. There you go. And then this girl runs into me. So, of course, I hit her. Like, people just keep running into me. But anyways, I noticed that someone else was down there, but I was trying to like figure out like where the tube situation was and where the person was. So after I put this girl in the tube, I could go look for the person, but I took a little while to put her in the tube, so I kind of forgot where the person was. So I went down there and then they saved. So of course I went back up, of course. Like, why would I not come back up? Anyways, I decided to chase this other girl just because it seemed easier to get her, because since the other girl like started jumping through the little frame, and obviously when you jump you get slowed down, so I just went for this other girl and I got her, as you see. And keep in mind, I'm using Seer, so I'm seeing where these people are. So I put her in the tube kind of where the people were, and of course they went back to the computer. So I went around and I noticed one girl was there, but I didn't realize where the other girl was, so I was like, she's probably hacking. So I was right, and this is just me going back and forth, basically trying to hit them, because this girl is really greedy and she really wants to finish this computer. I try to like kind of trick them and like predict where they're going, and I do it. I hit the girl, and then I think I put her in a different tube this time, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I'm gonna go put her in a different tube a little further away, but not too further away, because I don't want them to finish that one computer, since they do only have 2 computers left. So thankfully I found a tube pretty further away, but not that far. I put her in the tube, and first I was gonna go back to the computer, but something told me to go like the other opposite way, and that's when I saw the other girl going to save. We go back and forth a little bit, like cause she was like in the vent, and maybe this is where they thought I was camping, I don't know, but the girl's literally in the vent. Like, I'm not gonna leave, she's right there, I'm trying to hit her. So I hit her, and I go outside to obviously get her from the van, duh. No offense, but I feel like this girl's not that good. Like, I keep getting her. Like, she keeps bumping into me. At this point, the other girl, like, completely freezes. She completely freezes one of the girls who was calling me a camper. And then I put the other calling me a camper girl in a tube. And then right now I'm just looking around. I used my seer, so I saw someone in this direction, so I went, and also trying to make sure that no one was saving, but then that's when I noticed someone saved. So of course I went towards that direction, since like it was closer, and I spotted the other girl. So she kind of disappeared, so I decided to, instead of like chasing her, I decided to go to this messed up computer. But then I ran into the other same girl that kept running into me. I decided to let her go, since there was like literally only 1 computer left, and I decided to go up to the messed up computer, because like I don't want them to finish the computers, obviously. But then I ended up running into the other girl, and she tried to juke me, but like I'm just too pro when I hit her. So I saw someone was here, so I went this way and I tried to hit him, but I gave up, because I need to put this girl in a tube. Like, I don't want her waking up. But anyways, I tried to put her in that tube, but I guess there was no door that way, so I had to come back to this way. And then I'm leaving her in the tube. Since I knew that the other guy that called me a camper, since I knew that he was literally right there right before I put her in the tube, I assumed that he was still in the area. So I was just kind of like looking for him, trying to figure out what way he went. But then I used Seer, and I noticed that both people left were by the exit. But then when I went down, I noticed another person was more like towards the middle. So I assumed that maybe there was like another way to get upstairs, and that they were coming through that way. But then the girl froze, and then I noticed that the other exit was still closed. So then I went towards the other exit, which I assumed that both of them were there, and they were. So at this point I just stopped, because I mean, there's nothing else I can do about it. They're both at the exit, it's probably open, and they escaped. At this point, I think everything is fine. Like, it was a good round. But then I clicked on the chat, and this is what I saw. The girl who was Beast last round called me a camper, and then her friend said, "Stop camping, holy." And then the guy said, "Please." And then the other girl's friend then said, "Holy camper." And at this point, I was very confused, and I was trying to like think back at what I possibly did to make them call me a camper. So this is me. I was just trying to like, I was so confused. Like, as you can see, I was like trying to figure out what to say, if to say anything. But I was like, no, I have to defend myself, because literally, like, I hate campers. Why would I camp myself? So I was just like, oh no, I wasn't. The heck. Like, I was actually very confused. And then they were like, yeah, right. And then I was just like, okay, whatever. I really don't care. So I'd really appreciate it if you guys would like tell me your opinion. Like, was I camping or was I not camping? Were they exaggerating? Was I a victim of teaming? Or what happened in this round, in these 2 rounds? Because I'm genuinely very confused. But anyways, thank you so much to whoever watched this entire video. If you did, I'm very, very grateful and thankful, and I would very appreciate it if you would leave your opinion in the comments, and also if you would leave a like on this video if you liked it, if you enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy it, make sure you subscribe because I'm going to be uploading some fun Play the Facility videos this summer, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing summer, an amazing day, and an amazing life. See you guys in the next video. Bye.